What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about how I got a Japanese supplier, and we're also going to talk about like eBay, TCG players, some of the secondary markets you can sell on, and some of the pitfalls and some of the benefits too of doing it that way. My name's Harrison, and I started Pokedex Marketplace. That's pokedecksmp.com, and it's a website where I sell Japanese and American Pokemon cards. That's what we're going to talk about here today. And this will be how I got my Japanese supplier, which seems to be going pretty good so far. The first thing you want to really do in this is be professional, guys. So think about your image, and whenever you do reach out to people, you want to be professional. You want them to respect you and to treat you with respect. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, I'd say be a professional over everything. That means having your name and logo already together because that just looks better. And especially if you're doing something like I did and you're reaching out to multiple people and you're trying to say, I'm looking for somebody to be someone to work with me for a long time, somebody who can build a meaningful relationship over time. You want them to be able to go to your site and see what you have on offer and see what you're boasting. And if you have a social media following, you want them to be able to see that you have a following and that there's people that guaranteed that you sell to. At least I think that's a benefit. That's what I did. I made sure I had my name and logo and stuff together. And even before I had the site up, I was already reaching out, trying to figure out where the best place to get these products from would be. I did like PokeDecksmp says, and I went on Instagram and I looked. That search bar is important. So you type in Pokemon card sales, Japanese Pokemon cards, stuff like that. Whatever you think will pop up, people in that zeitgeist, the easiest. And then from there, you want to go down, you want to scroll through, you want to look people that have a bunch of booster boxes, Japanese booster boxes in their profile pictures. It'll say that they're a seller. A lot of them will have links to their Linktree and their websites and other things like that. It's a lot easier to find these guys now. And whenever you do find somebody that looks legit, I would recommend also looking to see their engagement and if anybody's commenting on them, if they have any reviews or anything like that, that could be beneficial as well. But that's exactly how I found the guy that I deal with, and he's awesome. Just reached out. Like I said, be professional first and foremost. You kind of want to build up a rapport. I mean, you're not selling them anything, but you want to know, how they are and they, how they do business, and you want them to know how you are and how you do business. I wasn't afraid to say things like, like ask for advice, like, hey, I'm building this new site. What sets do you think I should offer? Just trying to engage to see what level they knew Pokemon at and how well they can communicate in English. All these things that I was finding out in one time. I don't know if that's necessary, but that's the way I went about doing it. Built rapport, told them what sets I thought I was looking for and that I wanted to have on hand. And then I asked for like a price list. Like, hey, do you have a lot of them will have spreadsheets already put together of boxes, cases, the sets, yen, English, dollar, all of that stuff. But some of them won't have that. And they'll have a sheet, but you have to go look up the pricing and stuff yourself. Just be prepared for that. They send you over the price list, and I would recommend your first time buying from them to not buy, a ton of stuff. Maybe spend a couple $100. That's what I did. Spend a few $100 at first. I spent that through PayPal, goods and services, because they, that way, in the likelihood that it's a scam, which does happen, guys. There are plenty of scams out there. So if that happens, then at least your money is protected. You can get it back that way. It's a good way to go. But once you do make this relationship with this person and, you can trust them and you like the product, you like the pricing, then I would recommend go ahead and switching to Wise, which is a whole nother business, a whole nother application, and they transfer money, they wire money for you. And the fee is cheaper, so the guys in Japan like that a little bit better. I learned that from PokeDecksmp as well, but it is true. And you can just put money in your Wise account, and whenever you want to buy stuff, you can use the money from the Wise account to buy from people in Japan, and it's just cheaper than PayPal. But I wouldn't recommend going that route until you know that you trust that person and that this is who you want to shop with. That's pretty much how I did it, and it's worked out well. I got a little bit of super electric breaker at first to see, who and how they were, and it all came great, came quickly. They're very professional, very great in how they did business. I appreciated that. And that's another thing too, is if you feel like you're, not getting as good a deal as you can, don't haggle. Just kind of do what you got to do. If you think you can find it better, find it better. But, take what they give you at first, like that's why it's important to build rapport and say, hey, like I'm looking for something that will grow and get better. So like at first, yeah, you might have to pay a little more than you will later, but it will get better as you do business with them. That's usually how it works. You scratch their back, they'll scratch yours. Like, I can't stress, like, don't haggle. Don't be that guy where you're just like, oh, can you give it to me $5 off, $10 here? Just they're giving you the best price they can already. Believe me, plenty of people probably ask about it. But just take what they give you and go with that. If it's not good enough for you, then, just look for someone else. As I said, it will get better over time. So like as you do more business with them, they will offer you better pricing. I mean, if they don't, then again, your loyalty should stay with that. If they can't be loyal to your business, then take your loyalty where it can be somebody be true to it or make you feel appreciated or whatever. Because there's plenty of places that do, plenty of people that do. The guy who I shop with, he takes pretty good care of me so far, and I'm not mad at that. I'm lucky to have found the person I did, and hopefully it does grow and it does last. The most important things here is be professional, type stuff in the search bar that matters. Find somebody with pictures, evidence that they do what they say they do, maybe reviews, anything that you can find like that makes you feel like you can trust that person. Don't buy a whole lot at one time. Try it just a little bit at first and then start setting up what you want to do from there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now you can also go to places like eBay and even TCG Player to get some products. And, eBay owns TCG. That's why, a lot of the eBay pricing goes up on TCG, so you know how much stuff is selling for. But there are goods and bads to that. The next video I'm doing is going to show I've actually been scammed on eBay. I did it intentionally and unintentionally, so it's happened both ways for me. One is just really cheap Pokemon cards, guys. They're fake. And I knew that going into it, and I was like, I'll make a video about this, and so I bought them. Now, another one was something that was actually paid for at market price. They advertised it as market price. It's from a website that was 100% satisfaction, which is, I'm finding more and more too. Like it used to be, if somebody had 100%, then you was like, okay, I can buy from them. But nowadays, people will throw their whole thing out the window for one sale, it seems. So that doesn't even, I've been scammed by people with 100%, but then you go back and look and you're like, oh, well, they've only had an account since August or September. Well, you want to look for people who've had an account on eBay since 2019 or, a couple years, something to where they've had long enough to do people wrong and have suffered because of it. And so, yeah, that's definitely something you want to look out for. Scams can happen on eBay pretty easily. And I've found that eBay can't do much in a lot of situations. Sometimes you are protected under certain things or guidelines, but other times it's like, look, we can't do anything about this, sorry, and it is what it is, guys. There's also, like, if you're gonna sell on those things, you gotta think that they're gonna take 10 to 13%, 14%, depending on what second party place you're selling on. They're going to take a percentage, and you get something for that. Like they're going to handle a lot of the stuff. They're going to get a lot of stuff too. They're going to get all the customers' information, and their email's not going to you. They're getting something at the same time as well, but you're going to pay a percentage to sell your stuff there when you could just have your own site and sell your stuff from your own site. TCG Player, good for the same reason. You can sell your bulk there and you can list your bulk there. And it's a good way to get rid of like a bunch of bulk and actually get rid of it yourself instead of selling it in bulk to just somebody so they can make a little bit of money off of it. Like you might not, like do like Danny Phantom says, and make your collection work for you. And, if you're going to do that, TCG Player is a great place for that. But I'm honestly considering selling some of my bulk on my own site now because I have my own space. Why would I do that? So, I'm going to scan in my own cards and put my own singles up on my site and start selling singles that way. At least I'm thinking about doing that now. Another thing that you want to think about when getting things from eBay and TCG is the condition. And now with eBay, I've had Pokemon Center ETBs be shipped to me, and they packed them right up against the lid of the box. So when you go to tear that tape off the top, you can actually you can cut into your box. So you can maybe slice the ceiling, which a lot of people are buying it sealed on purpose. So a lot of there's not a lot of attention paid to shipping with some places. Also, they can just, you know, picture not match what you get sometimes exactly. Or TCG players, the same thing. They're notorious for people saying a card is mint or near mint and you get it and it's lightly played or moderately played. Now, there's things you can do and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's just, that's another service that you're providing with your own site. You know, it's like people can know that you're going to take the effort to ship this stuff quickly and ship it protected, to make sure that it gets to them quickly, but that it gets to them in mint condition or in the condition you sent it. You know, a lot of shippers, a lot of shipping companies will steal your packages, and a lot of things have come up missing, and I've had that happen to me a lot too. You know, that's another benefit of having your own site, is that you can sell your bulk, that you can make sure your customer is taken care of. Your customer will trust you more than these big guys who don't really care. They're going to get their 13% fee. The stuff's getting sent. At least personally, that's the way I see it. TLDR is, with eBay and TCG, they're going to take a percentage of everything you make and sell. Conditions are always guaranteed on the product. The shipping isn't always guaranteed to be, you know, taking the consumer in mind. The products aren't always going to be the way you want them to be when you arrive, but there are benefits to selling on these platforms as well. You know, they do marketing for you. All your stuff is posted for everybody to see. That's a benefit. Some of the shipping stuff, they can help with that. Protection on items, they can help with, you know, insurance and protection. There's so many ways that you can benefit from selling on their sites, but I'm just saying there are pitfalls as well. So just do your research. You know, there's plenty of things that they can do to benefit you, but there's also plenty of ways that you're doing yourself a disservice by not just selling for yourself. You know, at the end of the day, I mean, that's one of the reasons I wanted to do it myself, is because it's like, you know, instead of going through another site or another business that's making money off of you doing something, why not just do it for yourself? And all I pay is of course I pay Wix to host my site, but the processing fee for the credit cards, that's pretty much all you'll have to worry about. But yeah, if you stuck around this long, man, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching my stuff. Any recommendations on new content or things I can do to spice things up, put them in the comments. I really appreciate it. You're here to watch me grow. I appreciate you watching me do that and helping me do that. So it means a lot, guys. Yeah, it's shop pokedecksmp.com. And yeah, y'all have a good day. We'll see you on the next one.